And there she goes. The Audi's now gone.
We've managed to do a couple of Caddy conversions, and this Tfsi one is going to test me. It's a petrol engine. I've never touched a petrol motor before on a conversion in a Caddy, and I'm really looking forward to it. What I've been doing here is just stripping down all of the Audi A3s to get all the parts out, because you guys know pennies are pennies, and we need to maintain the project, so everything has got to be broke out so we can sell stuff to make it back for the project. And the reason for that is, guys, you all aren't subscribed, so do me a massive favour, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not. And look, we're making some incredible progress on this Audi strip down. I've took the dashboard out, I've took everything out, I've took the full wiring loom out so I can trace back where all the cables, all the pins go back to for the Tfsi conversion. Now I'm looking forward to get the BWA engine inside our VW Caddy. The only problem is I haven't got a van yet. And remember, in the first episode I mentioned the gearbox is knackered. So I need to find a replacement gearbox, and we're going to find that in today's episode, get the engine stripped down and get all that work done, ready for when we manage to find a Caddy.
So the engine's out, fully out, and I've managed to pick up a second-hand DSG gearbox with exactly the same code on that came from a running car but with a knackered engine. So the plan is we're going to get this swapped, and it's exactly the same part codes. I'm pretty sure it is like for like. So we're just going to get this DSG gearbox off and this DSG gearbox on. Now, because I am somewhat rock hard, I did accidentally snap this plug here. Now the pins are still there, so some of the lads have said they think it'll just glue back on, but I am going to get another one. You can see the pins are still there. It's just I've snapped it, and that's because I'm an absolute sausage. I'm heavy-handed from the borough. So time lapse on, gearbox off, let's work through it. DSG gearbox off, new DSG gearbox on, and that is ready to drop into our donor car.
So all we're doing is taking the two 16mm bolts out of the starter motor, and that gets that starter motor out of the way. Now I have moved this out of the van and into the garage because I need a little bit more space. And you can see there the gearbox has just slightly come off. So what I've done is took all the bell housing bolts around the outside. We're now taking the two coolant pipes off the top because the DSG boxes have a cooler, and that sort of cools the DSG down. So just taking the two coolant hoses off, and as you can see, that's the gearbox nicely dropped off, and there's a brand new flywheel, or pretty much brand new looking, on the back of that gearbox. So I'm really happy with that, and I think somebody else has been here before to try and fix it. There's no play inside there, so that's another bonus for us on the Caddy project. So the flywheel is definitely good to go. So the plan is strip this off here, and then we're going to get the new DSG gearbox, offer it up, put it on there, and that should be the DSG back. So new gearbox on, looks like it's got a fresh clutch pack and stuff inside there, so I'm really happy with that. These things are very, very heavy, guys, so please do not underestimate how heavy these DSG gearboxes are. I like to think I'm quite strong, and by strong, you know, like 100 key lifts in the gym, pretty big lifter, and this thing is very, very heavy. I've absolutely So I was putting the new gearbox on, and f***ing snapped. Gearbox underneath. F***'s sake. This thing was absolutely heavy as hell to get on, so what I've decided to do is, I think it was a solenoid problem, so I'm going to take this out of this box, put this on my known working box, or working to a certain extent, so try and set the TCU out of there. I think it's this one and this one, I don't know which one it is. We'll try this bit first. Drained all the oil out now, so it's draining all of that out, and then yeah, fucking hell. I suppose this is the challenge that you get into when you're learning DSG gearboxes. I don't know why, something about them, but the manuals, fucking hell. But if you know me by now, your man is built for resilience, guys. So look, it's 200 quid. It's not the end of the world, and I'm pretty sure I can make something out of 2 gearboxes. So all I'm doing now is stripping down the DSG, trying to get that mechatronic unit out. I've never took one of these out before in my life. I've drained all the oil out. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, but guys, I am going for it. Now, the new gearbox did cost me 200 quid second hand, and it was running and driving. So I think on mine did run and drive, but it had a TCU fault. So by taking the TCU out of this gearbox, putting my gearbox back on, which is fine, not cracked, swapping the TCUs over, giving my box a service, will it then work when we put this into the VW Caddy? Now, I am going to get that little bit welded up, guys. At first, I was mega royally pissed off with the situation. But look, I believe I put the starter motor bolt, which is a longer bolt, into one of the other holes on the chassis. I also tried to do it on my own, which again, is just not possible. It's so hard on your own to lift this DSG gearbox. Like that. Yes. Yes. So on this mechatronic unit, there's a little plug on mine, which I know sometimes they're in use, sometimes they're not in use, but that's the mechatronic unit out of the way. And now I can focus on getting this gearbox off and getting the new gearbox on. And I guess that means that we should probably introduce the next element into this project. And guys, you know I went out and done it. I bought myself a van and it's ready to rumble. But there's a slight twist to the story. But let me introduce you to the new Bonnie Blue Mark II. So there it is, Bonnie Blue Mark II, and she's an ex camper van. Look at how nice she's been done out. And guys, the price that I paid for this, honestly, absolute scream. Air conditioning, window in the side of the van, and I managed to get 3 alloys off the guy. I do feel sorry for the seller, but he didn't tell me that he had flatties on, so literally I could not get it on the trailer. Look at how bad they all are. So it's been lowered. It's on lowering springs as well, which is decent. So I'll get it in the garage. It's got a spoiler, it's got everything. It's got all the bees knees that I need for the John Builds Bonnie Blue Mark II shagging wagon. Right, let's get it in the garage because I'm getting pissed wet. I want to see if that engine cranks, and it's got no injectors at the minute. It's got no injectors at the minute, but it's definitely got oil in, and I believe there to be a snapped bolt in the head, which is why the lad give up. But we'll try and turn it over by hand, but we'll get it in the garage first. But guys, I love this British gas colour. Look at the black roof, and the price I got it is just words can't describe, guys. Words cannot describe. So look, it's holding cooling, which is good. It's had a DPF delete, I believe. Let's get it in the garage. Now, I was going to start putting the injectors in and just trying to get this thing working, but in reality I thought, what a waste of time that would be. We just want to see this thing get stripped down and put a Tfsi engine inside there. So this has got a snapped bolt in the head, and I thought I could put the injectors in, get it running. It may be a quick flip, but actually it's a really, really nice fan. And it's one I want to keep myself. So I thought, you know what? It's a British Gas Blue, Tfsi. Let's go for it. So starting the strip down. What more do we want out of this blue British Gas van? Imagine turning up to a boiler service at 200 brake horsepower, guys. What a beauty. So, as I said here, all I'm doing is just stripping this thing down, getting all the coolant pipes off, just trying to get all the connections out the way, just so I can get that front rad pack off, because we pull these engines out of the front of the Caddy. So to take an engine out, if you haven't done it before, you take the rad pack off, Take all the coolant lines off, unplug all the connections that are around the engine. You don't plug any off the engine because the engine comes with the wiring loom that connects. And after that, it's just a case of getting everything off and ready to be pulled out. So it's the next day and it's a Sunday. It is early, and I mean really, really early, as in like crack of dawn early. So again, back on time lapse, 1.6, engine crane's rigged up, a little bit risky, but we like a risky driveway style. Let's get this done, let's get this 1.6 pulled out, then we'll regroup and have a look. Pretty. What are we getting stuck on? We're getting stuck on something, boys. What's still connected? You're not connected, you're not connected, you guys ain't connected. Let's have a look at the rear. Oh, look at that. We've got a lambda sensor. Still connected. So she definitely ain't going to come out when you're pulling that out. Wrap her up there. We've also got a DPF. Just needs to stay there. And this thing should come out like a breeze. Taking the piss out of me now. Tell it. We're stuck somewhere. Okay, I can see why. Because we ain't disconnected. That's staying there though. So what the hell? Okay. Little daft bloody bracket. Right. Go again. I can see what's stuck. Your boy's left an AC line on. Let me just get that razzled off. That should be the last of it. Let's get her pulled out. She needs to jack up a little bit. She's a little bit low. She's going to scratch on a surface somewhere. And I am not happy about that. What's this one doing here? Because this is also stuck. Fucking hell, that's getting the laugh out of me, lad. That pipe's stuck as well. Nope. I don't need that, lads. There she is. Beautiful. And that is a 1.6 TDI engine. Out. And there we have it. The 1.6 is now out. I'm going to take it out of the garage. I'm going to strip all the parts off. Well, then make a decision what I'm going to do with it. It's going to be the plan. I don't know what to do with it yet. Need to have a think. And there she is, 1.6 engine out. So to a lot of people, this is quite a lot. This is a major milestone, and it's a major milestone in this build. But I've took that many of these out now. It's like 2 hours to get it fully disconnected, fully ready to pull out, and then half an hour to mess around. Sometimes it's quicker. When you're on your own, I think two people could probably do it in an hour and a half, easy, if they know what they're doing. So this engine's going to be plonked probably just somewhere down here, out the way, getting picked up tonight, because I'm going to bring back the Tfsi engine tonight and get the lump in. But I don't know what to do yet. I might do the wiring first. So I'm going to drop the oil out of the 1.6 TDI just for now, and then I'm going to I want to have a look at this 1.6 engine. It has only got an injector bolt that's snapped. The engine's absolutely fine. So we're now in a position where the majority of everything is out. And I want to show you around the van because I haven't really shown you it. We've just done so much time lapse in the last 20 minutes. I want to give you a bit of a rundown, a bit of an overview. So as it stands, I need to set the engine mount out that side, engine mount out that side, because we're going to be using the Caddy GTI. I'm going to be using the Tfsi engine mounts on there. I need to get the DPF out the way, so I need to disconnect that underneath on the exhaust and get that done, and that'll be a quick job out the way, pull it out the way, another thing we can sell on and move on. Then I need to get the fuel lines done. Now as you can see here, the diesel fuel filter and then the pipes that go down to the diesel tank, which are here, I need to get them stripped out, because I'm going to put the Tfsi ones, petrol ones, already down there that run all the way to the back anyway, and it's from an A3, so it's probably a similar size, I think. So if not, I'll have to order them, but I need to get them disconnected here, and then I can take that fuel filter out the way, and that's that bit done. Drive shaft needs to come out next. This one should just pull out now, and I need to work on getting the gear cables out, drop the under tray, and then I'm going to start doing the fuel tank. And obviously there's been some lovely wiring done by, I don't know who this was before, but look at that, beautiful. So well, it's getting stripped out because it goes in the back of the cab, and that'll be go behind the back of the seat, because that's where they used to have an inverter in the back of the British gas vans. And then it's just a case of stripping it all back and getting ready for our Tfsi. I need to take the master cylinder out of here. So there's a master cylinder behind this, just down there. That needs to come out. And let me show you the inside of the van. I know it's very tight, and I also need to get the ECU from under there. That needs to come out and needs to be replaced with our Tfsi ECU. So it won't be super bright in here, and camera quality won't be great, but I have put the Audi seats that were just sat on the floor in the just got them sat in here for now, so at least they'll be tucked up, and you can't see, so like I say, it's tight to work around in here. The whole plan is to get the majority done, and then I can pull it out. The wiring that you just seen it was crimped there actually goes back down to here, and that's the wiring. Now ignore the rubbish, I've just put all that in temporarily to get it in the garage. But look at how nice the seats look, the rear looks, and I'm pretty sure them lights work. There's a switch behind the back of that panel over there. So guys, I think we've only got a couple more episodes. One for fuel, one for wiring, and then one for startup and troubleshooting. That's really all I want to give you on the Tfsi series. Maybe 2 troubleshooting videos, and I haven't got mics on today. Literally guys, I've been cracking on getting this done, so apologies for any delays. Do me a massive favour, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.